Here we go, first ball then of the third one-dayer. Kyle Mills, the bowler. And a stop by Jacob Oram. No run taken. Pretty close and given. Gary Baxter in his first one-dayer has got the finger up. Gilchrist goes early again.
Well, I think it was a pretty easy one to get first up. It looked plumb. Straight in, knee roll, rocking back middle stump if it didn't hit the pad. And more disappointment for Adam Gilchrist on this tour. That's 2 ducks in a row down here in Christchurch. He'll be upset with that. It's 0 for 1.
Australian captain Ricky Ponting in the first over with the dismissal of Gilchrist, and a vastly experienced player. And Michael is not far away from being Australia's highest ever run scorer.
78 he needs today, and that would allow him to surpass Mark Waugh to be top of the tree. Mark Waugh sitting on 8,500 one-day international runs, so it could be today.
Oh, he squirts it away on the onside. He's unsure really where that had gone, but he's underway, Ponting. And let's go back and revisit the wicket. Not much doubt about this.
Not at all. It was swing. Good swing. And always difficult when you're facing the new ball. If one is on the money and swings back and you haven't really got settled, then the finger can be raised. A settler for the umpire.
Now Chris Martin. Oh, that's beautifully taken. Scott Styris has sneered into second slip, and Chris Martin, good bowling to left-handers, and he's proved that just there.
Well, simply outstanding from Styris. This is that movement away from the left-hander. That's why he's effective, Martin, against them. But look at the movement, the technique of the catch, watching the ball right into the hands, and finally he rolls, but he kept himself on his feet and that balance right through the catch. It's a terrific start again for New Zealand. Can they keep motoring on at 7 for 2?
So Brad Hodge comes to the crease in place of Simon Katich, just in his third match. Made his debut in Auckland 7 days ago, and here he is now facing Chris Martin. Oh, that's a good shot, and a shot at the stumps. A brilliant piece of fielding. Good cricket all round, but Hamish Marshall caused real consternation amongst the 2 Australian batsmen. They were going to go. Suddenly, it was brilliantly fielded.
A big mix-up because of the brilliance there. Brad Hodge was stuck watching the ball, saw it reeled in, and then said no, or hesitated. Ricky Ponting in the end coming to the danger ends. The swing, the swinging ball, that's what was the undoing of Simon Katich, who ended up just poking at it. He got lured into the ball, and then it moved. It kept moving.
That's a nicely timed shot. Vittori doing the chasing, and they'll get a couple for that. Oh, beautiful shot. Mills just going down leg side, and Hodge has helped himself to a boundary backward of square.
That one not swinging for Mills, and that's why it slides to the leg stump. That is the trappings of swing bowling in a way. When it goes, it's great and very hard to bat against, but when it doesn't move, you can get a nice juicy one on your legs.
You get a couple here. He's timed it rather nicely. In fact, Cairns has got a good run, and Hodge has fallen over at the striker's end. He might have well come back for a third, but he lost his footing. So 6 off the over, 17 for 2. Oh, lovely stroke. Beautiful shot. Over toss from Mills. Hodge cashing in, and it's 24 for 2 at the end of the over.
Oh, that could be down. It is, in fact. Now, the question is, was it off the pad or was it off the bat? McCullum going the wrong way. Was this off the edge of the bat of Ricky Ponting?
It's a definite edge there, and that is a huge miss.
Great shot from Hodge. He looks a good player off the front foot. He really does.
He's decided to go through with a shot. If it's not coming on, he'll go through and chip it over the top. Single in the over, 39 for 2. Here we go, here is the power play. First one available to Daniel Vettori.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. That's just caressed, and Chris Cairns can get nowhere near it at third man. That's vintage.
Sometimes it only takes one great shot for things to turn around for a batsman.
And that's over the top for 4 more. So all of a sudden Ponting has cut loose, and the Black Caps now know they might be paying.
Danger time. Danger time for the Black Caps. They'd pegged Ponting back. You could tell he wanted to get after it. Lovely shot ball before. This time a little bit of force in front of the wicket.
Oh boy, and 4 more. Jacob Oram is a tall man, and he has got a very long reach. He's acrobatic. I'm not sure whether he got anything on that. It was close enough to him, but hit with real power again. Might have got it just a little nipper on it, did he? Over the top for 4. This is Bradley Hodge, and he is looking really good today. More. No second slip in, so pick up another boundary, the Australians. Ricky Ponting again.
Ponting's earned this little slice of luck. Styra standing very wide, almost at 1.5. Ponting had been aggressive. New Zealanders had no option but to take their catches out. Ponting's just ridden that one.
Well, that's beautifully played too. McMillan in pursuit of this. He's got no price getting it. It runs away for 4 more. So 14 overs gone here in Christchurch, and Australia have got it pretty much under control again at 73 for 2.
Over the top. Ponting's, while he struggled a little bit in the initial periods of his innings today, he then went through a phase to try and hit himself out of trouble. Now seems to have settled upon a practice of hitting up and over. There's another one. 2 consecutive boundaries to finish the over. 12 from it from Cairns, 85 for 2.
That's a bad delivery again. It's gone the whole way. 6 runs to Ponting.
131 Ks just isn't quite quick enough, and it brings up Ponting's 50 as well with that boundary 6. So Ponting now 8 4s and 1 6. Ponting now, it's a good effort from Cairns. That's the shorter boundary down there than usual. That's another 6, I think. Has that cleared the road completely? Yes, it has. 106 for 2 from 18. Run rate of about 5.9. Here's Vettori. Partnership of 100 between these two now from 92 deliveries.
Not out, says Gary Baxter. He's on debut, of course, today, Gary Baxter. First one-day international for him.
4.
Yeah, Jake.
Awful bit of fielding on the boundary from Chris Martin. Not sure he got a bad bounce. I think really he just got his feet all tied up here on the boundary. Strong shot from Ponting. Close look here. He didn't really look comfortable at any stage, did he?
I don't know whether he actually used his hands. I think it hit him on the knee in the end. Normal that.
Oh boy, it's a tough old game, isn't it, Jacob Oram? He drops short, he's hit for 4, and misfield on the boundary. The next ball he pulls a good delivery out of the bag, got a bit of extra bounce, and spared through first slip for another boundary.
As he's bent his right through and he's got him. LBW Ponting. Vittori gets him.
Top work from the left arm spinner. He pushed that through a little quicker, 92 kilometres an hour. Another comfortable decision for the debut umpire, Gary Baxter. Good decision too, striking middle stump. A gem of an innings from Ricky Ponting. He's gone for 75. Black Caps pick up their third wicket, scores 122. Fresh from his scintillating innings at the stadium in Wellington, 156, Andrew Simons strolls out to the crease with another good foundation in place from Australia. 122 for 3. 3,000 one-day international runs now for Simons. And look at that strike rate. 90 runs for every 100 balls faced. Fantastic. And underway straight away too.
This is the delivery that got Ponting. Never much doubt about it. And Ponting, I don't think he bothered to look up. Gary Baxter's finger went up immediately. And lovely delivery.
That's it.
Simons after and taken. The danger man is gone.
Well, this is brilliant captaincy because Daniel Vittori said to mid-on and mid-off, you come up. We'll challenge him early on in his innings. They've done just that. They're lucky they had a tall man at mid-off, but Vittori is delighted. A plan comes off. It's 124 for 4.
Michael Clarke comes out to bat for Australia. The quick demise today of Andrew Simons. And there is the signal. Immediately the power play is claimed. It's the last 5 overs. With the loss of 2 quick wickets, it was the right thing, of course, for Vittori to do. So here's Michael Clarke, who was quite outstanding in Wellington the other night in association with Simons. But he won't bat with them today as Oram starts a new over. And Hodge, very much the senior partner now in this partnership. This is Simons.
Well, he hit it well enough. He just didn't get the elevation. It was obvious he decided, well, I'm in good touch from Wellington. I don't need to bat myself in today because I think I'll just carry on. But Vittori, it was very clever that he brought mid-on and mid-off up.
It's a better looking shot off the back foot. And he's able to generate tremendous power as he punches it away through extra cover for a boundary. And it's 133 for 4.
One of the shots of the match, and boy, there's been some good ones. Tremendous how he just gets that power in there, brings the bat down. They say he's got great hand speed, this kid. And the way he gets the bat from its back lift to its follow through is a very, very short space of time.
Too short. And that should go all the way. In fact, it will. Just let himself down there, Chris Cairns, because he was bowling pretty well up till that point.
Well, Kansas looked first of all at Daniel Vittori as if to say, well, is that guy in the right place? Because it looked to me as if he could cut that off. And in the end, that guy being Astle got nowhere near it.
And there's a 50 for Brad Hodge. Made his debut just a week ago. Missed out on the first 2 games, but he's come to the party with 50.
Top knock.
That one will work for Michael Clark. That is a delicious off drive.
Well, we saw this man in great form at the stadium on Wednesday. Almost went unnoticed in a way, his 82 not out in comparison to the bludgeoning innings of Andrew Simons. But I thought his 82 was just quite tremendous.
That'll be 4 runs. Very good sweep shot from Brad Hodge. He jumped on it.
Well, more class from Hodge. Really see this, Vittori drifting down leg. First ball of a new spell. Played it very, very well, didn't he? Oh, good shot. Big and straight. That'll go the whole way. 6 runs, Michael Clark.
And it looked easy. We talk about you need a strong technique and good defensive play. Your attacking strokes are an extension, and that's a perfect example. He's just hit through the line of the ball, got it on the up, and it carries the rope. Really was a smart stroke there from Michael Clark. That'll be 4, very square there from Michael Clark. After the Brad Hodge sweep, the previous Vittori over, the man moved to a finer position. And so now he gets more bat on it and perfectly placed. That one is an opportunity, taken comfortably in the deep. It's Mills again in the action. And a big wicket for the Black Caps. It's wickets that are going to stem the flow of runs.
Yes, this is a big moment. We've just been talking about it. The Black Caps needed a wicket. Scott Styris has responded. It's back of a length and Brad Hodge took on the boundary. He looked to put it big and over the top of Mills. He picked him out on the boundary. And the Australians are 5 down. Comfortable catch. Second catch for Kyle Mills today. Brad Hodge, first ODI 50 for him. He departs at 59. It's 177 for 5.
Michael Hussey is the new batsman for Australia. The 5th wicket going down. Brad Hodge. I think he timed the pull shot okay, but it stayed in the air for too long. The shorter boundaries, Mills was able to get behind it. So the wickets have gone to Mills, Martin. Vittori's been excellent again, 2 for 24, and Styris, the last wicket.
Yes, here it is, Scott Styris short. It was an interesting shot to me, Brad Hodge. To me, he wasn't quite trying to clear the boundary for a big 6. Almost wanted to roll his wrist, didn't he? The intent was there to almost keep the ball on the ground. And the ball just hurried on a bit.
Nicely struck by Hussey. Martin sliding in behind that one. He was involved in a very bad mishap on the boundary earlier.
Good stroke, Clark. Fine leg up. Just too much leg side. Styris knows it.
Yeah, Styris annoyed with himself here, and it was with fine leg up. It's an area where you cannot put the ball, and any batsman worth his salt will always put that away.
Oh, go Mill!
Pushing for 2. Yes, they're going.
Throw just a little bit too wide there.
Smash!
200 up now for Australia. Straight down the ground, Hussey. It starts with a 4.
Well, Kiansu's struggling. He's been very expensive so far. This isn't going to help the confidence at all. Hussey's lined him up. The ball was in the slot, really. Good length, just outside off stump. That's a lovely shot straight back over the bowler's head. Always a gap there.
Well, mid-on and mid-off, as you say, we're up. That's disrupted that plan after one ball. So long on is now back. There's been a rearrangement in the offside because of it. Hussey goes, this one goes behind point, and it's Astle doing the work.
Slow ball to finish the over, and a dot ball. 215 for 5.
So here we go. The first ball of New Zealand's reply. And he's edged it. Oh boy, I heard a noise.
Well, we have the advantage, folks, of some quite good sound, and the bat is well away from the pads. Let's rule that out for a start. It's not a question of pad hitting bat, something hitting the ground. The bat is well away, and I think that's a look of amazement from the Australians.
Goes in the air and he just gets it away. So Vincent launching. The first ball that he got up there was on some sort of reasonable length, and he can get onto the front foot, and he's lobbed it away just beyond Ricky Ponting. That's gone very fine, and Bracken won't be able to haul that in, and that's leg byes, 4 leg byes.
Yeah, just getting a little bit leg side in this case. It certainly it does upset bowlers, there's no doubt about that, just getting in too tight. And Vincent looking to go with it, but just didn't get the bat to the ball.
Cracked away. That is a good shot, and it reaches the boundary at the end of the 3rd over, and New Zealand 12 without loss.
Once again from the front foot, even though the ball is quite short. Well, that's fine. He can actually just slap it over the wrists. He finds a gap this time, and the boundaries aren't too far away here. As soon as you make a good contact at Jade Stadium, no need to run.
Oh, he's nicked it. He's nicked it, and Fleming goes, caught behind for a duck, and New Zealand 12 for 1.
Well, Fleming has let that sort of line go completely, and here he's just run out of a wee bit of patience. Perhaps it was the width that encouraged him to go at the ball, but he's got a little top edge. It's gone through to Adam Gilchrist, so the New Zealand have lost their first wicket. Stephen Fleming's gone without scoring, and it's 12 for 1.
Nathan Astle comes to the crease with Stephen Fleming out without scoring, and Astle, vastly experienced player. Interesting though that he has never scored a one-day 100 here at in Christchurch. High score of 85.
The dismissal is Stephen Fleming going at a wide one, looking to flat bat it through the offside. He's letting them go and letting them go and letting them go, but he's gone.
Smacks it away. Got a bit of room to move, and he's belted this away backward a point.
One place you don't bowl. To Nathan Astle, drag it short and give him just a bit of width outside off. Yeah, there's the length of the ball. Loves it there.
Well, there's another boundary. Again, he's dropped it short, this time about leg stump, and it's another 4.
Yeah, this is a better stroke, I think. He's had to do more work to get this one away to the boundary. Bowling reasonably quickly, nearly 140 Ks, so Astle's done well here. He's got the pivot up there, the front knee up, and it's the hand speed to get to the ball.
Well, that's squirted off down to fine leg for 4. And Lewis is not impressed at all.
No, double injury really to the bowler. He thought he could nearly get played on here, but at the same time, fine leg's been brought up, so it goes for 4.
Well, that adds insult to injury. Slapped away through mid-wicket. Another boundary.
This one was fuller. It was up where Vincent does like to play, and he's just opened the front leg up and allowed a straight swing really to get a good contact on it. That's the sort of length you don't bowl at Lou Vincent.
Oh, that's a magnificent shot. Boy, that came out of the screws. It wasn't the best ball Lewis will ever bowl, but Vincent, boy, did he cash in there.
Well, slower ball. He had more time. It's 20 k's slower than normal, 113 k's. And it's had the width. And as soon as you give a player like Vincent a chance to swing the arms, exactly what he wants to do. You can't afford to give him width.
That one, it's going all the way. Gee whiz, he just rolled with that one, Vincent. He's a good striker of the ball. He's 48 for 1. Vincent, he's hit 4 fours. And after this, 1-6. It was a biggie too.
Gee, this has gone a long way. He's really got hold of that. He's sit there right in the screws, got elevation on it. Well, these two batsmen out there at the moment, Vincent and Astle. We'll know a little bit about Mitchell Johnson because he made his first-class debut against the touring New Zealand side.
There's the outside edge and taken comfortably. Cameron White, he's a very handy slip fieldsman. That's his second grab at first slip through this series. And Astle again, that one close to the body. He's trying to get it on the outside edge though.
Not quite full enough to be driving at. Ball just bounced a little bit on Astle. Healthy edge. And well taken by Cameron White. Astle on his way. It's been a tough series for him, out for 14. New Zealand 50 for 2.
Well, the fact that Hamish Marshall is out there means that another New Zealand wicket has fallen, and it's a shame for the Black Caps that it's Astle back in the pavilion along with Fleming, but Astle known for his aggressive play once he gets set. And now 2 wickets gone. The pressure again mounts against the Black Caps. You just see again, he's looking square and the ball is close to him. It's a real flourish at the last moment. So often we see this mode of dismissal for Astle. That's the one he likes. He loves him there.
Well, Vincent didn't pull out of this one. He did hit this one hard. And he hit it in the right place too. On top of the bounce again, got the hands through it. Lovely shot.
Straight up in the air. It's going high. Bracken is trying to get back under it. And it pulls up. It's almost like a pitching wedge. Bracken made good ground. And he was able to because the ball went so high in the air. He goes again. That one is crunched. Just threw that front leg out of the way, which increases your hitting arc through the offside. And Vincent, once again, looking dangerous.
Gee, Vince is looking in great form. If it's there to hit, he's middling the ball. Little bit of luck early on in this innings, but he's cashing in on that right now.
Guys that keep putting it time and time again on a dial. And here he is, taking his first wicket of the day. Correction, it is his second, and another big one. The first was Astle and now Vincent.
Well, Vincent chancing his arm. He's a good striker of the ball and he is in very good nick at the moment, but I guess the way he's playing, your luck is generally going to run out at some stage. All good things come to an end. This time it came to an end with a skied shot and frustration for Vincent. Striking it well, but it's all over. He's out for 39. New Zealand 61 for 3. Vincent just slicing that one, top edging.
But that'll help the cause. There's a lot more of those required. Played nicely from Styrus.
Good shot, Styrus. Johnson just too short. Styrus helps it on its way.
That's a good shot. There was some width there, and Scott Styrus has punched that through extra cover for 4. Good cricket shot. 72 for 3. Wow, what a good shot that is. He's just ramped that over the top of gully for 6. He's got a big chunk of it. Now the Australian tactics against Hamish Marshall are very obvious. They're going to bowl short. They don't want him rocking forward. Good shot. Success of a shot.
Yeah, it is a good shot. I mean, it's just using what pace there is on the ball, the bounce of the pitch, and just, as you say, ramping it up over the top. Great shot. I don't think they want to keep peppering Hamish Marshall with too much width outside off stump. Good over for New Zealand. Very good one. It's 86 for 3. Time for a drink. Styrus trying to invent something there, and he's going to pick up a boundary. It was a little streaky along the way, but just broken the shackles to a certain degree. Wasn't a bad piece of bowling, and Clark can't believe his luck.
No, he can't, but that's my point. We've got to put some pressure back on Stuart Clark. And that's good. It's a big, bold shot. It's a big, thick outside edge. There's an element of luck to the result.
Terrific shot. Straight down the ground, just on the onside. It wasn't exactly a half volley, but Styrus is looking very good. It's 101 for 3.
Straight down the ground. And a good clean strike by Styrus.
Bold blow by Scott Styrus. Where the situation just gave himself a little bit of room and hoiked that one to the onside.
Goes again. Another 4. So the 50 partnership comes up between these two. Looks as though someone's thrown the switch here.
Styrus changing his plan, looking to go onside and targeting the youngster.
Well, that's very fine. That's another boundary. 3 out of 3 in the over.
Clever batting. Previous balls, same delivery really. Styrus had looked to heave in front of the wicket. This time he just ran it down nice and fine. No slip in place, as you can imagine at this stage.
There's plenty of bet on that. Oh, it's through. A lapse in the field. And a boundary done by the spin. Many a cricketer's been done by the spin down there. Well, that's a big heave. That's 6.
Once again, Styrus looking for the right length to attack. 50 for Styrus. A very, very good innings. He needs to keep it going.
He's got that away fine. That'll be a boundary as well. Good batting. The man backward of square is just backward of the umpire, and he's got it away very fine for another 4. That's going to be going to the boundary. That's a very rough delivery from the leg spinner. A real half tracker, and it's 4 runs to Hamish Marshall.
Well, it's going to be an easier job if they're presented with deliveries like this. A rank long hop and well placed.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him. It was the wrong one, I think, and Marshall gave himself some room off the pad, onto the stumps, and away he goes.
Disappointment for Hamish Marshall. It was the wrong in. It was well bowled. Marshall looking for some room to play through the offside. It wasn't there. Got himself in a horrible tangle and only succeeded on somehow getting the ball onto the stumps. Marshall on his way for 27. New Zealand 149 for 4.
Craig McMillan comes to the crease. Vastly experienced player these days. Hasn't really hit his straps at all in this series. Well capable, as we know. And boy, do New Zealand need something out of him today. Well, that's a gift. He doesn't seem to have a lot of control, Cameron White. He's bowling the odd good delivery, but really he's all over the place.
Presents McMillan with a gift here, and McMillan will accept that with glee.
Styris goes after him. Big hit. Very big hit.
Good bowl blow by Styris. For a minute I thought this had gone straight up in the air. From that shot you can see there, just perfect elevation to get it over long on for 6.
Oh, fluent shot from Styris. Might have enough on it. Dive, and he misses out. Lovely cover drive from Scott Styris to end the over. 9 off it. 176 for 4.
That's an edge, and first ball of off spin from Andrew Simons. Craig McMillan, the feet did nothing. He's looking to angle it down through backward point, not getting in line once again, and perishes.
So for New Zealand, they lose another wicket. It just slides on, and instead of playing with a full face of the bat, Craig McMillan has decided he'd rather use just half a bat to work it down to the third man area. And even though there's no slips in position, he gets a little outside edge. That's the danger of the stroke, and he's perished for 11, and New Zealand 179 for 5. The fall of the 5th wicket. Craig McMillan has brought Christopher Cairns to the crease in his 211th match for New Zealand. Good strike rate. Straight down the ground. Good stroke, Styris. Hit it straight. Never a man there. Finishes with a boundary from the Simons over. 192 for 5.
Edge gone. Big wicket for Australia. Gilchrist knows, he's ecstatic. Celebrates with Michael Clark. And boy, the Australians have enjoyed that. Mick Lewis, breakthrough.
Well, it was wide, wasn't it? And Cairns went after it. Not much foot movement at all, but he almost Q-ended it. That's how wide it was. And, of course, keeper, he can't believe it, and Christopher Cairns, but he has to go. Gilchrist had to move with it. He saw it all the way. So Cairns has gone for 6. New Zealand lose their 6th wicket at 194. Another body blow to New Zealand's chances, chasing a big total here set by the Australians. Chris Cairns has been dismissed, and Jacob Oram has come to the wicket.
One nicely struck, and there's the fieldsman coming around. It's Kadich who realises he was sliding along the rope as he made contact with the ball. And therefore it'll be 4. That one lapped extremely fine. Oh, great effort. It's a special sort of shot there from Oram. One. As he picked the man out. No, Bracken can't get around, so Oram, it's the first time he's really made good contact down the ground. It might be the stroke that gets him going. Well, that was a good strike, and one bounce four. He got enough on it to bring it forward of square. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Now Orham's starting.
Going up, and it's going to keep going up with those sort of strikes. Wow, that is out of here. Go and fetch that one.
It's on the rugby club roof. What a hit.
The fire brigade are here doing a display in the break. They're going to need their ladder to get up there and get that one. Oh, he got hold of that. That should be worth 10. There it is. You can hear the excitement in his voice when he called the yeah. That's his third one-day international 100 and a brilliant innings. Job not over though.
Well played, Scott Styris, but you've got a lot of work to do now. This run chase almost rests on your shoulders. You have to be there at the end. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy it for a moment. That's all you can enjoy it for, and then get on with it. Because you're playing a blinder, and make it a double blinder.
And gone. Chopped on. Orham disappointed. Can't believe it. A great little cameo, and that'll bring McCullum to the crease, but Orham chopping it back onto the stumps.
Almost a sense of disbelief for Orham here. He saw that. I think he really felt he was going to put that away. He can't quite believe he has managed to drag that on. Wasn't the greatest deliveries, but it was good enough for account for Orham, who was trying to find the boundary. A good, brave effort by him. He's out for 42 now. New Zealand 257 for 7.
New batsman is out there, Brendan McCullum. That should be out. Simon's under it. He doesn't drop him even if the ball is wet. And so I have to say that it's not looking good now for the Black Cap. Styris was the last hope. He could have combined nicely with McCullum, but that one sliced to the fieldsman, Simons.
Styris looking to go over the onside, got inside out. It slid off the face of the bat. Simons takes the catch. Ball might be wet. It's safe hands. Styris, what a superb innings. A great fighting knock. 101. New Zealand 8 down now for 258. Daniel Vettori comes to the wicket with a fall of century maker Scott Styris.
McCullum going over the offside. It's going to be safe. And it's going to be 4.
Well, that's the problem with the greasy ground. That's very hard in the outfield as well. 264 for 8.
Down the ground, Vettori, nice and straight. It might be powerful enough. Oh, he's hit this very well indeed. In fact, that's way back.
Well, that's a terrific shot from Brendan McCullum. Not a great delivery from Clark. He gave him the opportunity to get the ball into the air.
Oh dear, now it's gone straight in the air. In fact, it's gone too far. Another 6 runs for Brendan McCullum. So 46 overs have gone here. It's 290 for 8.
He's going ready.
McCullum has just smashed that. A skimmer, not a 6 however, boundary 4. Gone hard again, found the same gap. Did it reach the boundary? Don't think so. My impression was that was a 4, but we're going to check it. Yes, it is. It's been confirmed. There he goes this time from the front foot, and it's down it goes. Andrew Simons diving goalkeeper style to his left.
Well, this would have been some catch. Australia turned on the brilliance when they had to the other night in Wellington.
Got into this one. That's his favourite area. Result again for McCullum. Full toss. Once again, he's gone to his favourite area. It's 6 runs. Driving this time, he's picked out long off and jogged through for a single.
The game has changed now, and 50 for Brendan McCullum, one of the great 50s.
12 from 9 required. Got hold of that, Vettori, very well indeed. That's another 6 runs to the New Zealand captain.
Well, now New Zealand are in the box seat officially. They need 6 from 8 balls. They don't have to do anything silly. It's now up to Australia and Ponting to win the match by taking wickets. That is a beautiful shot.
Slapped it round. Is this going to be 4 runs? It's running towards the boundary at fine leg. Sprinting round the boundary. It'll get there. It's 4. Short, that'll be wided, I think. They all count.
Absolutely no doubt about that. That was another easy one for Gary Baxter. So the scores are tied.
Here we go. Vettori looking to take it. They'll make the single. There she goes. Celebrations round Jade Stadium. People on their feet. The Black Caps have won the 3rd match in this series with 1 over remaining. New Zealand win this game by 2 wickets. And of course, that world record as well in a chase in a one-day international. Fantastic stand between McCullum and Vettori. 74 runs from 36 deliveries. McCullum 50 from 25 and Vettori 23 from 12. 2 tremendous individual efforts. I can't quite believe 330 has been chased down just a couple of days after the heartbreak of Wellington. Scott Styrus, wonderful effort from him, 101. And of course the 42 from Oram and the 39 at the top from Vincent to get the run rate elevated at the start. Astle 14 and Hamish Marshall 27 have been the principal contributors. But it's been a long time between drinks for this side. And you can see the delight in at last getting up over the line. And perhaps a game that they felt was just going to be beyond them when they may have started their innings. Very happy crowd. So here it is, the last ball of this 3rd match. Perhaps appropriate that the man who's done so much for New Zealand in the park, Daniel Vettori. Terrific partnership.
So McCullum 50 from 25, striking at 200. Vettori 23 from 12. Mills not required. 8 for 332.
No centuries in Australia's total of 331, but big scores for Ricky Ponting, for Brad Hodge, for Michael Clarke, and as usual for Mike Hussey, who made 88 from just 56 balls. 331 was a huge total at the Jade Stadium in Christchurch. But then New Zealand started to come back, aided by 101 from Scott Styrus, made in 96 balls, and then Jacob Oram made 42 from 37 balls, setting up the stage for that magnificent finish from Brendan McCullum and Daniel Vettori. They actually won with an over left. 332 for 8. Mick Lewis 1 for 77. Just a couple of days earlier, he had bowled the final over in a dramatic finish for Australia, and 4 for 55 to Stuart Clark wasn't quite enough as the inexperience of the bowling came through. It's a great game, this. Mick Lewis, star one day, indifferent the next. But the one thing that stands out in that run chase was how deep New Zealand bat. The tail, if you can call it that, of Jacob Oram, Brendan McCullum and Daniel Vettori, who was batting better with every innings, has been a huge source of strength. And 74 from the last 7 overs. That was the target, remember, and they actually won it with an over left. Wonderful performance by New Zealand. They keep coming up with these from time to time just to remind us why they've traditionally been such a strength in the one-day game.